already told me, guys, hi, hello, what's up, that some people really miss the face washing videos, and I've had some really good requests in my comments for specific ones. And TBH, I'm exhausted right now because my kid came home early from daycare yesterday throwing up, and if you've ever been through that, it's just so exhausting. My nerves were so frayed last night. So it's been a long 24 hours or so, and I just wanted to film something that would lift my spirits. I mean, it always lifts my spirits, but something that was mindless and would lift my spirits. And I thought it would be really fun to swatch all of my Duochromes and liquid glitters on my face. It is way too freaking bright in here, isn't it? Yeah. I was super washed out, sorry. That line might seem a little bit arbitrary, but these are just the ones that I think of as like my fun colors, you know? The things that just kind of stand alone, shift in the light, flaky glitters, regular liquid glitters and stuff. And some of them are great and some of them are terrible, and that will also be fun to share. I should say, I did not invent this idea. This is very much borrowed from Wayne Goss, because he always swatches new eyeshadow palettes on his face, because obviously that's like the skin that you're gonna be putting it on, not so much your arm. Arm swatches are great and everything, and it's great to see like the textures of stuff, but it's even better and easier to see it when it's on my face. So that's what I like to do. And then at the end, if you're new here, I very satisfyingly take a brush and just swirl them all together. So it is promised that I will look like a fool by the end of this video, which you've probably already seen in the thumbnail. I'm gonna move you all in, and we're going to swatch all of these all over my face. Let's do it. So yeah, this is another Rent the Runway number, and you know, I'm just very grateful for the whole system because it makes me think very differently about what I want to try. Because it's like, I'm not having to weigh the binary of whether or not I want to keep it. I just wear it like once for a video or something like that. This shirt is absolutely beautiful, and it's got like kind of a versatile tying situation, but it's for somebody who's got the bazongas to fill it out. And like, it's literally not making contact with my body, like below my collarbones, because I have nothing. I have no chest. I will post a link to the shirt below, but bear in mind, if you are, oh, Ingrid calls it penne shaped, then this shirt probably isn't for you, unless you really, really like garment tape. Starting, you know, wherever I want here, I want to start with these. This was something that, okay, one of the videos that died, where my computer like ate the footage, was a video called Full Face of Makeup My Friends Hated in 2021. And I went through all of my beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous friends here on YouTube, their end of the year fails and regrets videos, and I took everything from those that I had and, you know, made a face of makeup out of it and talked about whether I agreed or disagreed with them as far as where they landed at the end of last year. The big takeaways there were, one, just because two people that you trust don't agree on something doesn't mean that one of them is right and one of them is wrong. We just have different opinions. And two, that a lot of times when a product does have such a strong divide as far as people loving it or hating it, that's the sign of a product that's innovative. I would rather have a really strong opinion on something and it be for someone and just not for me, than something that's just super forgettable. Like I open my drawer and I'm like, oh yeah, that, you know? So a lot of people didn't really like these. So these are the Cosmic Pearl Dewy Eyeshadows from M Cosmetics. They're absolutely like beautiful in the pan, and some of them are a little bit just a regular shimmer, and then some of them go like pretty aggressively duochrome and shift in the light. So this is the shade Moonrise, and I would describe it as kind of a shimmery taupe. I just got eyeshadow on my microphone. Okay. And where do I land on this formula? I think they're great. They crease a little bit on me, but I got some dry eyelids. So I don't end up with like anything particularly frustrating with them. That is like really, really close to my skin tone too. It's a very pretty kind of like bronzy, taupey champagne. It might have a tiny bit of like a rosy shift, and I'm not mad about it. So that was Moonrise. The thing that a lot of people complained about with these was that the texture, you just kind of could mash all the way through it. Mine aren't really like that. I don't know, mine are soft, but I don't feel like they're like a really like super, super creamy putty feeling. All right, so this is Luna. This one is gonna be kind of a green gold. And it's a little bit green for my taste. You know, like I have undertones where I can pull off green on my eyes, but it's like a little, it's almost like too cool of a green for me. And it just looks a little bit reptilian in a way that I don't totally love or reach for that often. And then the other two that I have are these two pinks. So there's kind of this rosy pink called Star Child, and it shifts like a deeper magenta. You kind of see the shadows and the cracks in the formula. And yeah, some people have also said they're like a little bit crumbly when you put your finger in them. They're not, I will say, like the easiest formula to work with in the world. Like that's a healing spot on me right there. And that's why it's picking up right there. So I mean, whew, that is super beautiful. But like I didn't reach for these as much, not because the formula didn't please me. It was because the colors were just a little bit odd. So yeah, I would say that these are like Duochrome liquid metallics. And the only two of these that really, really like shift pretty hard are this one and this that I have, Venus. This one's gonna go pretty aggressively pink gold. And I would love to get her new collection of all the taupe shadows and everything, but I don't know why she doesn't expect things to sell out. Why she doesn't make more units, because everything always sells out. So that's Venus. I'm not sure I built that one up quite as much. There we go. Get a little bit more shift there. I still feel like you're looking kind of over my head right now. So those are, in my collection, sorry, I'm just trying to show you my forehead, Cosmic Pearl eyeshadows, dewy eyeshadows from M Cosmetics. Now let's get into some real duochromes. This is the Chromium liquid eyeshadow from Natasha Denona, and I did get inspired to try these again after trying the ones from Danessa Myricks, the new Twin Flames, but I was a little bit disappointed because A, these are still less pigmented, less effective than the Twin Flames, and also just very like not super flattering shifts on me, and these were like the best ones I found in the collection. But also they don't do the same thing that the Twin Flames in Crazy For You does, where it's clear, the base is clear. All of these have very strong pigment bases to them, and it makes it hard to use them as a topper because you have to spend a lot of time blending them, and then you end up with kind of one of the chromes in the duochrome more than the other, or just like an odd haze to the application, whereas you'll see Crazy For You is just a wash of like fiery glitter, and I think that that's what makes it special. So that was the shade Scarab, which, I mean, you can't really think about a duochrome finish and not think of a scarab beetle. And then I also got Dogbane, and they look really similar to each other in the tube, but one shifts blue in the tube and then one shifts kind of red magenta. So Dogbane is the one that shifts kind of magenta. See, they look very different once they're on the skin. And Dogbane is more useful to me, but still, it's very hard to figure out where these go in your routine because it's like you have to almost like stencil them on. There's no like blending happening. You're not gonna like pull a brush out and just like make that look like an everyday eyeshadow look. You have to really know what you're doing. And I don't always know what I'm doing. It changes day to day. All right, so here's the second Twin Flames that I bought from Danessa Myricks, and this is in Lover. And again, Lover is very similar to Dogbane, like very similar. And so I was disappointed when I pulled it out because I thought it was gonna be more copper. But you'll see that while they are fairly similar, the Danessa Myricks has a ton more color impact. I do think that I like the Danessa Myricks one better. I think I prefer more pigment, but from like a makeup artist standpoint, I have no idea still like how I would use that in a kit. Versus this. This is the Twin Flames in Crazy For You. This is the one where I put it on camera and I like blew my own mind in real time because I put it on top of an eye look that I had already done with the Aether Desert Sunset palette. And it was just, you know, really coral and already just like nice and goldy, glittery and everything. And then I just like popped this on the lid. First of all, like, look at that. It's, you know, a clear product that just has a hollow shift to it. I wish that she would put out a full line of just this and different colored shifts That would be incredible, you know? So here we go. I mean, get real. Like the other one doesn't even stand a chance. Look at that, that's actual magic. Like these are, you know, they're Duochrome glitters. This is the most bonkers, glowing. It transcends what I think about makeup as, you know? Like it makes me have an entirely new understanding of what makeup can do. Because okay, so it shifts unicorny, you know? And it kind of goes bright, bright green gold, and then it goes to this beautiful kind of purple blue. I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's crazy for you, and I think it's the one that's like worth all the marbles, all the bananas. What did I put right here? That's, what is that? I don't know. Okie dokie, yeah, so that's freaking out of control. Like this is so much better than all of these, honestly. I mean, it's just main character energy. Speaking of Janessa Myricks, I was like going through all my eyeshadows and I was like, well, I can't not include this, but it's not technically a duochrome. I'll make it duochromes and liquid glitters. This was the liquid glitter that made me feel that way. So this is Milky Way in her Color Fix foils. Do I want all of these? Yes, I do. Janessa Myricks really knows how to make fun textures, like fun, usable makeup. Look at that. Look at that. It's actually, if you look really closely, it is gold and silver. So it's going to work on anybody's undertones. Neutral, cool, warm, what have you. It's wonderful, and it's got a clear base to it. Love that for us. So yeah, you can see it doesn't do any kind of shift. It's just the glitter as they are, and you can absolutely pick up just a tiny, tiny bit and dab it on top of an eye look, the same way that I did with this one. And she does recommend using this in thin layers because if you do apply way too much all at once, it just kind of doesn't want to dry down. But right now I can feel this locking down. Oh, let's just chase that Janessa Myricks feeling, shall we? Because I have these, and she just came out with more shades in them, and am I tempted? Yes, I am. Infinite Chrome Flakes, and I have Starburst and Moonlight. Starburst, I always have trouble opening it because I've used it so many times that it's like frozen shut. I don't know, oh no. Well, we'll try Starburst. Starburst is open. All right. Oh no, they're drying up. I have not had these that long. That makes me sad. Oh, that's so sad. Why is it drying up? That's so sad. Huh, boo. Well, darn it. Okay, there's still a little bit of wet down in the bottom, but like I'm gonna have to throw this out. I didn't leave it open. That's really annoying. Okay, well, here is Light Up Your Life Starburst. Holy, wait, right? No, that's Moonlight. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yeah, and you see a lot of people trying these on their lips right now on top of dark lip colors. It's kind of viral, and I think that's why she came out with more. But man, that is just straight up bizarre. It's become its own self-aware polymer. Okay, well, I can't get this open, so I'm literally sweating now. So we're gonna go to the next standard deviation here, which are these loose glitters that are like Janessa Myricks Flakies, but they don't have their own stickum. So this is from a brand called Hollow Grave, and I thought that they were going to be, oh God, I need to clean all that glitter off my hands. I thought that they were going to be like the Janessa Myricks, where they're already in their own gel. And honestly, now I'm kind of like glad that they're not, because apparently that gel has such a propensity to dry out. I wonder if there's something that I can add to that to like resolve it a little bit. If you guys know the science there, let me know. Bestie, where's my towel? I'm going to look like Julio Torres for the rest of this, apparently. I don't know why I thought that this wouldn't end this way. So this is the shade Mushroom Magic. You gotta be really, really careful with these because they're totally loose. Can you see that? There you go. Woo! But they're gorgeous. And they're kind of meant to be picked up on a brush, but they're like lighter than air. And now that I have a little bit of the lip balm on my finger, makes it easier to pick more up. They're very hard to use. They're very, 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 very hard to use. It's much more of a parlor trick than like a practical makeup item, but I also believe that lip gloss is not the right way to do it. Lip balm, I mean. Like, I know that there are mixing mediums that do that and actually freeze down, and I know Danessa Myricks makes one. So, you know, that might be my next order so I can get more use out of that because it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Let's talk about some glitters that aren't beautiful and that I can't apply to my eyes because they irritate my eyes so badly. So I've kept these around for the sake of humor, and these are from the brand Tude. This is the shade Jasper, and when I say I was so excited, I was so excited. Oh no. Oh no. I just don't understand. It looks like something's wrong with my skin, you know? It's just not good. It's so thick and different sized and mucky. It feels like arts and crafts, it doesn't feel like makeup. So that's Jasper. And then I also have Amethyst, and it is equally nightmarish. Oh darn it, it's frozen closed. Well, shoot, guess I'll just have to declutter her. Moving right along, let's stick something right here that doesn't have a mate because I am not going to be able to make it continuous. So I didn't know if this really counted, but it's like the sole drugstore product in here, so I figured I'd go for it. It's the Covergirl Exhibitionist lid paint, and I think it's a liquid shimmer. You know, it kind of chases that feeling. Yeah, it does kind of look a lot like the Cosmetics ones, except it's not duochrome really at all. So I just thought that I would see, but not really. Not really, sorry. Sorry, you're not in the club. Okay. Next, I want to do the Lisa Eldridge Liquid Lorax, not because I really feel like they are necessarily liquid glitters or duochromes, but mainly because I didn't have Diana on hand last time and I wanted to go ahead and have at least one video where I swatched all of them for you, what's in my eye. Some of that loose glitter, it's like hanging on one of my eyelashes. Okay, starting with Bianca here. What ended up happening is I ordered a Diana too quickly when I did order it, and I had it sent to my mom, so I had to wait until I was at my mom's house to actually get it. Bianca! Yeah, they do have glitter. There is, I did stop short of swatching the, oh, look how pretty. Ooh. I was swatching the Kosas ones because A, I don't like them, the new 10-second eyes. I don't really like them, and B, they actually took all the glitter out of them versus the previous iteration of the formula, and I was like, sorry, you don't make the cut. So that was Bianca. Here I have Angelica, the easiest one for me to wear. Ooh, like neutral taupey, yum, yum, yum. So freaking pretty. Lisa. Next I have Lauren, this pure gold. It's like very in tune with the top I'm wearing here. Look, like orangey gold. Yep, absolutely gorgeous. I love all of them and I'm glad that I have them. You know, I have to get a W every once in a while. I buy so much makeup that ends up being a dud that it's nice to just have like a full collection of something that's actually really, really lovely. All right, here she is, Diana. And actually Diana was the one that I put the mushroom magic on top of in a video recently, and it was A+. Granted, the glitter was still everywhere, but here we go. It's like perfect pumpkin spice copper. And I kind of feel indebted to her because in my first review I was like, you know, I feel like a lot of companies are coming out with stuff like this. Like, these are beautiful, but I think that like in some cases the colors are really dippable and you don't necessarily need to buy this particular formula, X, Y, and Z. And then a lot of other brands came out with, okay, this is gonna look really wild because it's black. I'm gonna look like I have a Fu Manchu. I'm not trying to offend anybody. Better that I put it on my chin than my upper lip. This is Liza. And it is like the prettiest silvery gunmetal black ever. It's absolutely beautiful. And I find that even though it is a little bit on the like blue-gray on the shift, I can still wear it. It doesn't make my eyes look like they're, you know, sockets, like totally like not part of my face. That's a lot of times what happens. So those are all the Lisa Eldridge liquid Loraxes. Again, we have Bianca, Angelica, Lauren, Diana, and Liza. Bow down to your queens! Okay, next. I want to do these 3 from Illamasqua. I am going to do these now because it was what I was referring to a second ago. These are the Duochromes, and they are not the same as the Infinite Chrome paints in just regular colors. So like Alluring. Alluring is the one that comes to mind. I have here OMG, Captivating, and Deity. And they are so different, both in level of pigmentation and also just in the satisfaction quality of the chrome. Like, yeah, that shifts. It does. It goes kind of lavender pink, but it's not chromy at all. It's very like almost matte, like satin matte. It's very strange. And Alluring is like off the walls, shiny, glimmery, foily. So here is Deity, and it shifts green. It's kind of chasing the same feeling as the Danessa Myricks in Crazy For You, but just like, it's still chasing it. It didn't get there, you know? The feeling is still outrunning it, and all of our socks are still on. And then here is OMG. OMG is a shade that they iterate in a lot of different formulas, and it's just, you know, this champagne gold color. But it does shift. At least the highlighter version shifts. It does, it might not really shift in the eyeshadow. Maybe I was thinking about this one and Alluring as far as the ones that don't really shift, but still I'm not getting crumb. And that's why it feels like these are a different formula than Alluring, which is bizarre. So yeah, I don't recommend those. I feel like they're just, they don't have a use case. They're not intoxicatingly shiny or anything like that, and their shifts are hard to wear because the light still doesn't want to like play on them in a very flattering way. All right, next. The only 2 Victoria Beckham shadows I have that I feel can be considered duochromes. So this is Mink and Blonde, and that's actually why I don't really like them that much. I like Tea Rose and Honey. I haven't tried Chiffon yet, but I love that they have this like tri-texture. It's like a satin eyeshadow, glitter, and foil, but these shifted in ways that were just wild. So you'll see, in contrast to Liza here, Mink is very, very pretty. It's not black, it's like a really, really deep brown. But in lieu of the shadow itself having a coolness factor to it, instead the glitter shifts blue. And it just made it really hard for me to wear. That's all. I wish that the glitter was just a little bit warmer, just not blue, because what an unbelievable formula. And you know, like I said, I have ones that I love. And here we have Blonde, which I've heard lots of opinions here, guys. You know, everybody's like, well, blonde is this and blonde is that. I'm gonna tell you, the blonde that I have is icy white and shifts green, green gold. It just is not what I was expecting. Now, looking at it against the Danessa Myricks, you realize that there is a little bit of like common ground there, which makes me think, I just need to think about this product differently. It doesn't strike me as particularly Victoria Beckham. It's a little bit more space age than that. It's a little bit more makeup artist than that. And it's like, maybe I'll keep this out and try it out as a topper on some things and be a little more experimental with either one of these, just resetting my expectations that like, it's not going to be, by my standards, like the most wearable, like skin-friendly color profiles. That's all. All right, and if we can fit 4 more swatches across my face here, I have the 4 Moonlit Dream liquid eyeshadows from Vesca. We will go with Vela first, this beautiful purple that has a pink shift to the glitter. Can you see? Can you see? It's so pretty. I love all of these. I love absolutely all of these. This formula is unbelievable. And again, the consistent nature of the pigment it applies through all of the colors. So there are 4 colors. Here we have Lira. It is a beautiful pale pink. Oh. And it doesn't really shift. It's just kind of a liquid, almost like a liquid Lorax kind of thing. But like while this one's got pink glitter in it, if this one shifts at all, it's just kind of going champagne. To me, that makes it very, very wearable for me because it's so close to my skin tone. Okay, next we have Karina, which is a beautiful neutral gold. It's got a little bit of like a bronziness to it. Oh my goodness gracious, look at that. Ooh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Every single time I use that, I'm happy that I did. And if I have not mentioned it recently enough, the Vesca formula, once it dries down, behaves very much like a powder eyeshadow and can be manipulated with a brush even after it's completely dry, which is so great. And then finally I have Orion, and it is the most gorgeous, like cool, deep brown, almost black. And you can see it's got a gold shift. It's shifting a flattering shade that is similar to the base shade of Mink, and the base shade itself is more brown, just warmer in general, than Liza from the Liquid Lorax. So to review, before I smear them all over my face here, these are all of my colors in the M Cosmetics Cosmic Pearl Dewy eyeshadow. Then we have my 2 Natasha Denona chrome paint things. And then we have my 2 Danessa Myricks chrome paint things, the Twin Flames, of which I much prefer Crazy For You. This is the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Foil in Milky Way. And then we have my like flakies, the ones that I could find / get to function. This is Moonlight from Danessa Myricks. This is Mushroom Magic from A Hollow Grave. This is the Nightmare that is Jasper from Tude. These are all the Liquid Loraxes from Lisa Eldridge, so Bianca, Angelica, Lauren, Diana, Liza. These are the 3 Illamasqua iconic chrome paints that I don't totally love. Here are the 2 Victoria Beckham Duochrome lid lusters that I have, Mink and Blonde, and then we have the 4 Vesca Moonlit Dream Cream eyeshadows. Vela, Lira, Karina, and Orion. All right, so in order to blend these together, you know, they all pretty much dry down. That's also, I didn't realize that was kind of the uniting factor of these, is that they all have their own good long wearing dry down. So I have to kind of spritz them with something to resolve them. I'm gonna go with the Anastasia Dewy set just because it is the most dewy. It's the one that's probably the most likely to really resolve this situation. So here we go. Oh, my eyeballs. Oh wow, that made them all glisten. All right, so I have my Sigma 3D HD Max Kabuki. Sorry headphones wearers. Quite as much nightmare fuel as blushes from Fjordfest, but still pretty nightmarish. Wow. I admit, I had no idea what to expect going into that blending process. And now I can also say I blended together all of my duochrome and liquid glitter eyeshadows, and this is what happened. What do I look like? Yep, I'll open it up to you. What does this look like? Something unsavory, for absolute sure. Let's at least blend it into my neck. And then we conceal, and then I add some blush. I'm just kidding. I am not going to leave this on my face any longer than I need to. But I hope that this was fun for you guys and informative so that you could see the textures of these together and also the colors and like the nuance differences between all of the undertones and the shifts and stuff like that. And also I hope it was just fun and lifted your spirits, because it was fun and it lifted my spirits. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, guys, give it a thumbs up. If you want more face swatching videos, leave me comments down below and tell me what grouping of products you want to see next. I will do it. It's so much fun for me. Yeah, if you're new here and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the button down below. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me today and all of my shenanigans. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.